Welcome to the Wired for Success podcast, your show for ambitious, mission-driven entrepreneurs who understand that there's more to entrepreneurship than finding the latest flash-in-the-pan strategies, who understand that in order to build your empire, you need a solid foundation. I wholeheartedly believe that entrepreneurship is the biggest self-development journey you can be on, and it's my mission to help you make that journey easier. I help you transition from a struggling, overwhelmed, and overworked entrepreneur to the relaxed and confident CEO and conscious creator of your dream life that you are meant to be. In this show, I bring together the very best from science, self-development, and entrepreneurship to set you up for sustainable success. I share my own experiences and knowledge as a molecular biologist and mindset coach for high-achieving entrepreneurs, and I interview other top scientists, coaches, and entrepreneurs so that you can get all the expert tips and strategies to help you trust yourself more, worry less, make better decisions, be more productive, stay focused and organized, and build your legacy. Hi, I'm Claudia Garbutt, the scientist and mindset coach behind the show, and you're listening to the Wired for Success podcast. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the second part of my interview with serial entrepreneur, business coach, knowledge broker, and podcast host Reem Kharbat. If you missed part one of our interview, make sure you go back and listen to the previous episode in which she shared her experiences of growing up as a girl in the Middle East. And we also talked about how to manage your expectations, find your own way, what success is and is not, and how to overcome any obstacles on your way to success. In part two of the interview, we will talk about seeking out new experiences to broaden your horizon, top mistakes entrepreneurs make that cost them time and money, and how to hit six figures in 6 months. So enjoy the episode. Now, we've already talked a little bit about you leaving Jordan and going to the US for some time. So do you think you could have been as successful as you are today if you had stayed in Jordan the entire time? Or do you think you needed the distance to liberate yourself from those outer expectations that we talked about before and to really find your own way?
Maybe I wouldn't be as successful. I really don't know because, but I know one thing, that since I had that desire inside me to do something different, I always looked at things differently, and I always wanted to be differentiated. Even when I was at school, I always wanted to be at the top of my class. I always wanted to be a part of, this activity, and to be the head of the president of the student league and stuff. I always wanted to be seen as someone who's impactful and leading where I am, So I know that even if I did not leave Jordan, then I would definitely be doing something there. Yeah. But of course, what really changed me completely, again, was the fact of first me being able to break rules. I realized that, yes, rules are set there to break. I am capable of changing rules if I want it so bad. So that moment, it was like a breakthrough for me. I knew that I'm capable, as a human being, I'm capable of doing anything that I want if I put my mind into it. So maybe if I did not leave Jordan, I'm sure that maybe I will be like a minister or the president. It's a kingdom. It's a kingdom, but I would be definitely doing something different. But traveling, of course, and meeting different people from different cultures. I traveled to over 19 countries. I worked in Africa. I worked in Iraq. I worked in Paris. I traveled to so many countries. That opened and that widened my horizon to accept differences, to accept or to see other people's challenges. And that made me appreciate that my life and even my own struggles, because there are so many other people. Like sometimes I feel sad because I did not get that bag or that car or that. But when I worked in Africa, in Burundi, which was like the fifth poorest country in the world, when I saw people there, it made me so grateful, and it made me appreciate everything that I'm doing and everything that I'm going through, because I realized that if there was no struggle, if there was if life was so easy, that's why maybe I heard in Switzerland there are like a lot of suicidal rates. It's higher than any other country because everything is easy and there for them and simple and
Boring.
boring. That's why people commit suicide. But when you are struggling, and from the struggle you create, you get uh, your success is reborn, or it's you give birth to success, you will feel it. It's exactly like a mother giving birth, honestly, the struggle. But at the end, you will appreciate and you will value of what comes out of this struggle. The traveling, so going to the States, changed my life, not because of the States, but because of the breakthrough from taking the decision to go to the States is what really changed my life.
I love that. And I asked that question because I have spent 4 years abroad as well. And I found that that time that I spent in New Zealand, it really changed me. And it made me question things that I had never questioned before, because I was just so used to them that I was like completely oblivious to the fact that they are not universal. Just as you said
Yes.
before, or like, for example, experiencing a completely different mentality and mindset. So I think it's fair to say that in Germany, we tend to worry a lot. So we complain a lot and we focus on problems rather than on solutions. And in New Zealand, on the other hand, people are so much more open and they're kind of happy-go-lucky and they're focused on solutions rather than on problems. And of course, that's an overgeneralization. But it really opened my eyes to a lot of my own automatic behavior and how it created my experiences. So I'm just curious about your experience in the US and how it changed you and your mindset. But you already kind of answered that, because for you, it was this breakthrough of realizing that you could do whatever you wanted to, right?
Absolutely. Now, my experience, even when I went to the States, there are memories until today. So it's like after 15 years uh, from me, more than 15 years. I still remember things that it was the first time for me, for example, to eat a pancake, or to see a big store, or to see a store as big as Walmart, for example, or to see the big portion of food of, there are so many things that I learned, but not just on cultural, let's say, side, but um, even as I said, being exposed to different religions, to different, like for example, my best friend that who took care of me at that time, I was staying in a motel, and the owner of the motel, by the way, we still speak until today. Her name is Pana, and she's Indian, and she took care of me in a. I'm telling you, like I told her, and I still tell her that she was an angel sent to me from heaven, because I couldn't believe that there could be people who would take care of you even if they don't know you. But she was like so good. And when I went to her house and I saw all the statues and all the figures that she had, and it was like the first time for me to see something like that, I was fascinated by the colors, by the smell, I was like, what is this? I haven't seen this before. And that made me also realize that that we might be different as human beings, in again, in colors or shapes or beliefs, but we share the same thing. We share humanity. We can be extremely good and supportive. You don't have to be from the same religion or the same color to be good to me. And that was like another really breakthrough. I learned so much from traveling in general. and meeting different people, my life was never the same. Even the way I teach my child right now, she's almost 5 years old, it's totally different than maybe if I was still in Jordan, seeing things from one single direction or perspective. Definitely it's different.
Yeah, I love those mindset changes that really open your eyes to see a different world out there. So speaking of mindset changes, so you have been successful in the corporate world as well as in the entrepreneurial world. So can you please share with our listeners why mindset is so key for becoming successful in general, and which mindset shifts are essential for making that transition from the corporate world to the entrepreneurial world?
Absolutely. That's a fantastic question, because I think when you're in the corporate world, you think that your capabilities and your life is framed only within your resume or your CV. So you think that you're capable of doing only what is written inside your CV. You don't even bother of doing more. You don't even put, because I remember I used to, my dad, he was like, I don't understand. I worked for 37 years as a teacher. Excuse me. I've been talking a lot today, so that's why my voice is just gone. So I've been in a 3-hour mastermind, so my voice is like literally it's gone. So my dad was telling me, I've been working for 37 years as a teacher, and my salary did not exceed the $1,000 a month. And you, my young daughter, you get paid 6 figures, and for what? I don't get it. And it was so funny because I told him, literally, Dad, I did not put 20% effort in my work in the corporate world. Like, I do things because I'm used to it, and this is what is requested for me to do. This is my job description, and for 20 years I've been doing that, so I don't have to do more, and they're paying me a lot for it, so I don't think I can do anything else. So the moment when I got laid off, sorry, we should censor that. Oh my God. So the minute my boss asked me to quit, I was so scared, because I thought that I don't know how to do anything else.
Yeah.
I was programmed to believe that I'm only capable of doing finance stuff. I'm a CFO, and this is the only thing that I can do, and I will not be good doing something else. So, oh my God, I have to find another job. But then when I looked at my daughter, she was 10 days old, and I realized that I don't want to go back to a job where I have to apologize for me wanting to take care of my baby. Yeah. And for me being a woman, I don't want to do that. But how? How can I make money? So again, I took the decision that I will not go back to employment, and I will start a business. I will figure it out. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know anything. I have no experience. I'm just a good employee, but I will figure it out. That was the first thing. So that was like the first shift in the mindset, is that, okay, I will have to get out of the fear of not being able to succeed, because this is my CV. I don't know how to do things except for being a CFO. So that first shift helped me to take the leap, or the next step in my life. The mindset, let me tell you, in my journey for the past 5-6 years, 80% of my success was due to having constantly working on my mindset, not on the technicalities of the business, not on the logistics of the business. Okay, you can do that. You can learn that. You can hire people to do that for you. But if you have a crappy mindset, you will quit in the first hiccup in your business. So when you do something and you get struggle not knowing how to do this, or maybe if your bank rejects the loan that you asked for, or if your registration for your company gets, for example, delayed or something. I know people who are they're like, I literally understand what does it mean when you have a crappy mindset, when you don't work on your mindset. Is you see every single thing as a struggle and as an obstacle that will make you immediately quit. You might be 3 feet away from gold, but you're quitting because you're not working on your mindset. It's exactly like working your muscle out. If you want to be lean, if you want to be in shape, if you want to be healthy, you need to constantly work on that. Yesterday I was checking this video for Sinek. What is his name? I forgot names. Okay. Simon Sinek. Simon Sinek.
Love him.
And he was he was asking, or he was answering a question about the loving your wife or your partner, and how is that being in a relationship as well. It's a constant work. You have to work on it to make it happen. It's exactly like exercising the muscle. It's exactly, the brain is the same way. You need to work daily on your mindset, and that's why you have to read affirmations. If you don't believe in that, okay, just find something that will work for you. But I always say it out loud. I look at myself in the mirror. If you don't like to do that, write it down, journal, but always try to write down the good things about your life, the things that you want to be, not the things that people want you to think that you should be. Okay, if you always remind yourself that way and you work on having a positive mindset, then anything else, you can solve anything else. 80% of success is mindset, 20% is anything else.
That's what I tell everyone as well, because sometimes, people get to a certain level of success. Maybe they hit 6 figures or something, but they don't believe in all that mindset work, because for them, it's just, a load of fluff or something. It's woo-woo. They don't understand it. And then they hit all those invisible ceilings and they hit those walls, and they just don't know, and they don't understand what's going on and what's stopping them from either making more progress or from enjoying the success that they create, because it's all in your head, and your mind is really, there's this nice quote that goes something along the line of the mind is its own place. It can make heaven out of hell and hell out of heaven. And that's so true, right?
So true. So true. Love that.
So to give our listeners a couple of practical tips to help them accelerate on their own entrepreneurial journey, what's your advice for someone who would like to hit 6 figures within the next 6 months?
Okay. Oh, wow. So regardless of on which space are you as an entrepreneur, let's say, I believe the number one thing is to and here again I will talk about 2 things. So in terms of you yourself, then definitely you have to focus on your mindset, shifting your mindset towards obsessing about what you want to do and believing in you that you will be able to achieve it. If you have zero doubt, or if you have a doubt that you won't be able to do it, then you are not going to do it. So this is something that you always need to work on, whether you want to hit the 6, the 7, or the 8. So I think that this is something that is very important at any level. Today I was with my coaches, and one of them, he's amazing, but he's really hitting, or he's banging his head with the wall all the time, because he has it all, but it's like the fear is just stopping him from taking the action. So if I give you now, Claudia, if I give you the blueprint, the map, if I give you the exact step that you need to do to immediately generate the 6-figure, if you don't have that in your mind, if you don't have that will and power and desire to achieve that, forget about it. Because again, you can Google now how to get the 6-figure. You can get free information from YouTube and Google, right? You can get free information. But what is the difference? The mindset of taking the action,
the implementation,
the will to take the action is the most important thing. And this is the differentiator. This is what makes things or break things, you know? So I believe that for you to hit 6 figures, you have to have a resilient mindset that you want to achieve it and do it. Number 2 is to find a coach.
Yay. Absolutely.
Seriously, to kick your ass whenever you are just slowing down, or whenever you won't be able to know it all. So find someone who has done it before you, okay, who has done it before you, and let him tell you and give you, I don't want to say a shortcut, because I hate the words like shortcuts, because you know, there is one way for doing things. You need to succeed. You have to burn bridges if you want to succeed. You have to succeed, but you also at the same time, you don't want to just succeed after million years figuring things out. So let someone who have done it before help you. The third thing that I suggest for someone who already started and want to hit 6 figures, make sure to launch the business. And when I say launch, it's not just throwing a business out there. Look at the millionaires, look at look at Hollywood when they want to launch a movie, for example. There's a strategy before playing the movie, for example. Or if you look at Tony Robbins, when they launched the knowledge business blueprint that broke the internet, they prepared a full strategy 8 weeks before, or maybe like it was a month before, of preparation. And this is what is called launch. So don't throw your offer out there as an entrepreneur. Don't throw your offers out there suddenly and say, hey, why nobody bought my stuff?
Yeah, you have to warm up your audience, right?
You have to warm up your audience. You have to create a launch strategy that will create the hype, the anticipation. It all depends on human psychology, the psychological triggers, the anticipation, the law of reciprocity. There is a lot of things that you can trigger during this period to make sure that when you launch your offer, it will hit the 6-figure and beyond. So this is very important, because I've seen a lot of people falling in that mistake. They have amazing offers. They have, let's say, amazing experience. But when they put their offer out there, no one buys it. It's because they neglected the period before putting the offer out there, which is the launch period.
Right.
So these are my 3 cents.
I love those tips, because it's really about this combination of the inner mastery and the outer strategies that really have to come together to form a successful business, right? So
absolutely. If people tell you that we were millionaires in an overnight, then seriously, Dan Henry said, it took me 7 years to become an overnight millionaire. 7 years of preparation, 7 years of hard work, and of course of resilient mindset, because otherwise he would have quit after the 2nd year maybe. Okay, but it took him 7 years to become an overnight millionaire. Robin Sharma said, there's nothing called luck. There's nothing someone lucky and he's a millionaire, he's lucky. No. Luck is the marriage between preparation and an opportunity.
Wow.
So prepare for it and seize the right opportunity, and you will be creating your own luck.
Love it. Which brings us to the last question for today. So, where can our listeners find you and connect with you when they want to learn more about what you do and maybe want to work with you?
Thank you. Awesome. For sure, you can listen to my podcast, The Entrepreneur Accelerator. It's on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, where I interview thought leaders and influencers, business leaders, talking about mindset, business, strategy, marketing, anything that will help you accelerate your success. You can also find me on www.reemkharbat.com, and it's the same handle on Facebook and Instagram, reem.kharbat, which is REEM, right? REEM.KHARBAT. So I'm all over the place. And yeah, that was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being on my show. And I wish you have a wonderful day and talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. You too. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Wired for Success podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please take a sec to rate and review my show. It would mean the world to me because you would help me reach more entrepreneurs like yourself who would love this show. If you'd like to learn more about creating a widely successful business without sacrificing your health, relationships, or sanity, make sure to stick around and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future episodes. And if you think, heck yes, I want to listen to each and every one of these amazing episodes, but my day just doesn't have enough hours, well, if that's you, I have something special for you. To help me spread the word about this podcast, I've created a contest and I'm giving away some super cool prizes for those of you who take a sec to subscribe, rate, and review the show. And one of the amazing prizes that you can win is to watch me create my brand new Get Your Life Back Productivity Powerhouse course that teaches entrepreneurs how to win back 1 to 2 hours of precious time each day so that they can do all the things they love. I'll later sell that course for 997 euros, but as a thank you for supporting my podcast launch, you'll get to watch as I create it for free. And just like that, you will have enough time to listen to each and every Wired for Success episode. Woohoo! To find out more about the contest and the other amazing prizes, go to www.wiredforsuccess.solutions/launch-contest. See you next time.